Ain't no mountain high enough. I feel like singing today. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are here. Hopefully you guys are watching. Hopefully you guys know what's up. We've been doing this for a very long time. And I am always, and the community is always welcoming towards new people joining in on the live stream. But how are we feeling today? How are we doing? RPG lovers, I am not late. I have started immediately on time. Exactamundo on time. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. How you guys doing today? Blake Overacker, how you doing, bro? RPG lovers, how you doing, dog? What is going on, everybody? Make sure to share this around with as many people as possible. Let people know that we are live right now. If you want to get extra entries into this week's live stream giveaway, make sure that you're watching. If you guys want to hang out with the Airsoft community, make sure you're watching. If you have any Airsoft-related questions or just questions in general, make sure to go ahead and watch and ask your questions down in the live. There's a Q&A hangout live stream. Happy to be hanging out with every single one of you guys. Got some new things to be going over with every single one of you. I got some new things to be talking about. Some stuff coming very, 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 very soon. Like, very soon, within like a few days. But hopefully, you guys are here. I'm gonna pull this up right here. Hold on, let me lower that. Let me lower this. There we go. That's better. All right. Yeah, man. It has been. I think it's been. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I did a Tuesday stream. Last Tuesday was pretty busy with some stomach problems, if you will. It was not fun, but was able to do the Thursday giveaway. And hopefully we get ourselves another new winner for this week. Because last week Brewer was able to take home the prize. But hey, man, you never know. You never know who can take home the next big old prize. Move mystery box to Thursday so I can give my entries into bruh. J of D, if you will. What's up, Mayo brethren? What's going on, dude? Joshua Landers, hello. Israel Torres, hello. Tonight's my night. I'm calling Israel Torres. I love the enthusiasm, but again, giveaways don't happen on Tuesdays. We've been saying on the rules for the giveaway itself, the giveaway happens only on Thursdays. Thursdays are the giveaway. Tuesdays are just the hangout Q&A live streams. We're just taking a sec to hang out, chill out, ask some Airsoft related questions, talk to the Airsoft community about some random stuff going on in the Airsoft scene itself, asking you guys your opinions on certain things, asking my opinions on certain things, giving my product recommendations, my honest thoughts and opinions on things as well. And of course, we have a discussion topic for tonight as well. That, of course, you guys can read the title. That, of course, being the best places to play, where it's been the best places, whether they be fields or locations or gigs that you guys have been able to play Airsoft at. I'm actually very curious to hear what you guys have to say in regards to that. But if you do have any Airsoft related questions at all, whether they be looking for product recommendations, my opinions on certain things, whatever it might be, or even if it's like not Airsoft related at all, if it's food, by all means, you're more than welcome to go ahead and ask those questions as well. Those can get pretty heated though, just bear in mind, food questions do get quite a bit heated, so just keep that in mind, if you will. Just keep that in mind. But make sure to go ahead and ask your question by putting another Q right for your question and putting it in the live chat. Specifically, not the comment section. I cannot see the comment section. It's definitely a lot easier when I'm able to go and spot and identify it more easily that way. You can ask your question twice, but no more than that. It's considered spamming. Let's just avoid that altogether. And like I've been saying, the giveaway's happening this Thursday. We've been doing this for years, man. We've been doing this for freaking years, dog. It's super easy to get entered. I'll leave a link to the rules onto the live chat there for our live stream giveaway. There it is, right? Super easy. The only thing that we've changed in terms of the rules, before it used to only be entries from Tuesday to Thursday, but because of a recent poll that we put up about like a week and a half ago, I think at this point, because of a recent poll that we've put up, we are now going to be doing entries, again, that count from one Thursday night till the next Thursday night. So we're literally counting an entire week's worth of entries for the giveaway itself. Kind of like what we used to do way back in the day. I think a lot of you guys seem to like that. I won't lie, it definitely makes it a little harder for myself and Bossman to go in and tally up all the entries, but you know what? We do this because we want to appease you guys. We want to make sure that everyone has fair and equal opportunity to get entered into the giveaway, but we need to make sure that we see more involvement in it as well. We need to see more people getting involved, you know what I mean? That means all of us, and myself included too. Everybody's got to do their part to make sure that we share these streams around us as much as possible, right? Letting people know what we got going on, because we still have a lot of people that still don't either think it's real or just don't care to think. Cause I don't know what the whole reason is behind it. Because goddamn, last week we went through 10 names before we found a winner. Someone that was actually here watching the live stream. Remember, you're rewarded handsomely for watching the live stream. That promo, you would not know it was there unless you watch the stream. Every $50 gets you 2 entries. Again, that's going to be going until 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So just keep that in mind when you are here during this stream. Right? See who else. We'll see what we got so far in the chat. Got go up to now 21 crew viewers. Appreciate every single one of you guys' views. Make sure to go ahead and leave a like as well on this live stream. It does the algorithm wonders when it knows that the content that we're putting out there is actually being liked. It does a, not gonna say good, it does a better job at sharing it around and letting people know that, hey, we are indeed live. You should probably go and watch. You know, the algorithm is kind of fucky-wucky right now for God knows whatever reason, but it is what it is. But yes, that is going on Thursday. However, there is some new stuff coming right now. There is some new stuff that I want to go ahead and go over with you guys. If you didn't see, you haven't been keeping up with the news, we got ourselves a brand new mystery box that is going to be going live this Friday. Now, this box, I'm not bullshitting. I'm being dead ass right now. No cap. This shit is fucking gas, bro. This shit is awesome. I am looking at the prize list, right, that this thing offers. It is nuts. It is absolutely stacked with a ton of awesome prizes, including a ton of customs as well. Custom guns, high-end guns as well. Everything from some crazy stuff like the M3 launcher, HK M110, a variety of MP5s on here as well. You got some Masadas on here, LCT AKs, those look beautiful. Mayo Gang MGC4 Mark III. You got yourself the L119A2. That one I actually really like a lot. The PP19's on here, and even Maruyama gas blowbacks. Everything from their 5PC SMGs to their ISO 5.56 rifle, and even some Tokyo Maruis on here as well. I know a lot of you gas blowback users on here are really digging that, the M4 MWS, and their Saiga 12 SBS gas shotgun will also be a grand prize that you can win on here as well. And again, in addition to the Vorse, it's a lot of stuff, right? This is a lot of good stuff on this list. So I'm strongly recommending that you guys do not miss out on this. Seriously, do not miss out on this golden opportunity to win some dope airsoft guns for pretty freaking cheap. Some of these customs are like close to 1,000, if not at 1,000, and you can win it for 209. You know what I mean? Like it's freaking stacked, dude. I will leave a link to this as well. Again, like I've been saying, this is going to be going live on Friday, so just keep an eye out for it. When it drops, you're going to want to make sure that you are there because there's only 175 available, but you get free automatic UPS ground shipping. Not to mention, we also have still a ton of discounted items. A new round of discounts specifically have actually gone live. You're going to want to make sure you check that out as well, especially in regards to our pistols. There's going to be quite a few pistols that are actually discounted right now as well. Let's see here. What is command? Why is it so slow? Why is the internet lagging? Why is it slow? Oh no. Oh no. Hopefully it don't glitch out on me. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna go here. Sail. There we go. Hopefully it loads. There we go. Whew! I got nervous there for a second. I was really hoping that it wouldn't freaking like spaz out or something. All right, there you go. Airsoft guns for sale. Make sure to go and check that because there's a ton of discounts going on right now. These are brand new too, so they're not going to be here forever. But again, just you're going to want to make sure that you take a look at those. All right, now tonight's topic is going to be very interesting, right? Again, asking the question, best places to play. Where, and this is a question for you guys directly, and I'm going to be chiming in and answering some of these. If you have questions too, feel free to ask it as well during this time frame. But I'll also be giving my input as well. What has been the best places? Where are the best places in your opinion that you've been to go play? Whether it be, you know, an actual field, whether if you be playing in like private property, what has been the best location that you've ever played at? And tell me why as well. I'm actually very, very curious. I've had the pleasure and privilege of being able to play at a variety of different places as well, right? Everything from crazy locations, really cool fields that, again, maybe just are a little bit more tucked away or more hidden, but I was able to go and, again, thanks to what it is that I do. And they're cool for a variety of reasons. Everyone has their own little thing that they're known for, right? But what would you say is the best location that you guys have ever been to when it came to playing Airsoft? Moving this, you guys are down as well. Let's see what's going on. There's no giveaway as well. Today's Q&A promo night. Yes, it is. And it is indeed a Q&A. Mo gotta wait till Thursday. Hey, man. WKD Airsoft, man. No need to wait. You can feel free to go ahead and hang out and chill with the rest of the Airsoft community. All 20 of you guys that are here actually listening right now, 21 now, well, y'all are the real homies for actually pulling through. Because, again, I know some of you only like to come in through the giveaways. I see you. But, again, it is nice to know that there are people who actually want to be here for the community, bro, that are in it for not just themselves. Curtis M. First question I got is how everyone feels about minimum distance rule in a field. I think you mean minimum engagement distance. MEDs on a field. Okay, look. Here's the thing, right? There are some guns that we sell, and that airsoft retailers in general will sell, that do shoot a little hotter, and it would very much suck, especially if you are a younger player, if you got shot pretty close with some of those guns. Now, I get it, and this is coming from someone that, again, I normally don't like there being a minimum engagement distance at all, for me personally. I think it is there for a reason. It is a liability thing, and it's also a safety thing. And again, no kid, especially if you're just starting, like it's your first day, you got to remember, if this is your first time ever playing Airsoft, right, on a field, and you just get absolutely blasted point blank, with a gun, like with a DMR, for example, right? That's going to suck, and it's going to hurt a lot. You might not ever really want to play Airsoft ever again if that's the case. So I don't necessarily think that all minimum engagement distance is necessarily a bad thing. I think that to an extent it actually helps the overall feel of the game itself, right? I think if you are running a DMR, for example, or a sniper rifle, or anything that shoots above the 400 FPS limit, I think you should obviously you should have that sense of like, hey, I shouldn't do this, is not cool, I don't want to be a dick. Obviously there are some people out there who don't have that sense for whatever reason, that are just kind of, maybe morally questionable. So there's rules for a reason. There are rules for a reason, right? Not everyone can be trusted. That's an unfortunate reality. Not everyone in this world has the same good intentions that we all might do, or not everyone is as good of a character as all of us like to think. Because I like to think that the Mayo Gang is actually really good about this. If we see a little kid, even if they're playing, and it happens to be no minimum engagement distance, big boy rules, I'm not gonna like unload an entire magazine into that kid. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to hurt this child. You know what I mean? If I have to shoot him, it's gonna be like one, and I'm gonna intentionally make sure that I aim on the plate carrier or on the chest. You know what I mean? Some place that it's like, okay, it's not too bad to get hurt there. Or I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder and be like, all right, you're out. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna have to take it at that point. There's literally no fighting it. There's literally no fighting it whatsoever, right? If he does, then you can let the ref know at that point. And then now if you see him again, just blast him, right? Just shoot him once or twice. That's all you got to do. That's literally all you have to do. I think for most players, I don't really see too much of a point for regular like guns or like rifle platforms, right? If you're rocking like a regular AR or any sort of AEG or even gasoline for that matter, and it's under like 400 FPS, I really don't think there's much of a need to have a minimum engagement distance, but I understand why it's there. There are just some people that just cannot be trusted, and it's up to us to make sure that we follow our local field's rules and regulations. Otherwise, that field's gonna have a slew of problems. You know what I mean? Like, no field wants to deal with a lawsuit from an angry parent. You know what I mean? Because that can be considered assault too. Just saying. I can overshoot as much as I want. Your backyard, nice. Now mine, if I had to pick my favorite place to play, I definitely like a lot of the crazier venues that I've been to. Obviously, USS Hornet aircraft carrier was freaking, like, it's got to be top tier for sure. Like, that shit was nuts, right? I love that experience. Playing at, like, Milsim locales, or obviously, like, George Air Force Base is always a pleasure. But I think my favorite place that I ever got to play for sure, for just regular, like, one-off events was for sure the aircraft carrier. But fields, I think my favorite field, honestly, of all time, not even just like SoCal, no diss to anyone in SoCal, but favorite field of all time has got to be US Airsoft World, man. That place is legit. That place is awesome, man. MED is for Tax City, except Thursdays, lol. Currently dealing with a major loss to my family, but I'm here and chilling with the boys. Lost my sister-in-law yesterday. DJ, man, I am so sorry to hear that, dude. Dude, dude, I am so sorry, man. Dude, yeah, if you need to go at any point, man, to take care of, like, whatever you got going on family-wise, by all means, dude, no worries, dude. Like, family comes first. Family and personal business come first. But, again, still appreciate you pulling through and watching, DJ. Seriously, that absolutely means a lot to me, man. Scrolling up. Will my order count from last Thursday for tonight giveaway? Anthony, you didn't read the rules. Again, the giveaways only happen on Thursday. The giveaways only happen on Thursday. Make sure you guys are reading the rules for the live stream giveaway. They only happen on Thursdays. I'll leave a link again to it on the live chat. They only happen on Thursdays. Tuesdays are our hangout, chill live stream, just Q&A, talking with the Airsoft community, hanging out, and just kicking back. Again, the world's stressful. The world is a very stressful place and very angering place sometimes. So again, it is nice to just have a cool zen little spot for all of us. Zubinel, I really like my local outdoor field. Let's see here. There we go. Really like my local outdoor field. Has a good mix of everything: indoor CQB, outdoor open range, wooded areas. Yeah, I think I remember you telling me at some point or another, Zubinel, that you really like the field that you go to. Yeah, it sounds legit. I like a field that can integrate both CQB environments and also like long range spaces. I feel like you need to have a good mix of everything because that allows for a good mix of different players, a different variety of players. Because let's be real, could you build, an M4 AEG to do it all? Theoretically, yeah, you could, but there are going to be some niches that it can't fill, right? LMGs, for example. I love a good field that has nice open lanes of fire. I like multi-dimensional layers as well. Like I want to be able to go into a second-story building, post up on a window and just lay down suppressive fire. Like I love doing that. It's like one of my favorite things to do, right? I want to have good field of view in some areas. I don't always want it to be 100% like room clearing and stuff because that gets exhausting after a while. I want some areas where it is best that you probably run, that you don't have a ton of cover in one spot and you have to move to the next section. Like I like stuff like that, right? I think having a good mixture is a very good thing, because it allows for a variety of different players to be able to show off their skills. And also, if you're not a specialist, I don't want to say specialist, right? But if you're not specializing in one area, that's a great opportunity for you to start practicing and be able to get good at the things you might be lacking at, right? I think there is something to be said about fields that offer variety, right? I think they definitely have their benefit. I'm still here trying to learn as much as I can Israel Tours. No worries, Israel. No worries, man. This is the place to go. Remember, if you guys do have any Airsoft-related questions, you guys are more than welcome to let me know. Just put the letter Q run for your questions. It's going to make it way easier. MED are whack, Brewer. Yeah, no, I would agree, Brewer. To an extent, I do agree. I understand everyone's thing about it. And for the most part, I would say yes. I would say the sentiment is shared by myself as well. There have been too many instances where I've been to a place and MED was enforced, but it was like, if you're within 10 feet, you can't shoot, which is like, all right, I guess, right? 10 or 15 feet, I feel like if you have an MED that's like greater than 5, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like, that's kind of whack. But again, I can't help but think that they probably have that there for a reason. There was probably some kids that just got absolutely like domed on, right? Within like what we consider them an MED, right? There was probably some kids within like 5 feet or something that got really, really hurt, and it was a whole thing. And I could see why fields would want to make sure that they enforce that. But here's my counter to MED, though. Here's my counter to MED. If you do get hit with, and this goes for most of the players, right? If you do get hit within the MED, don't be a, I don't want to say the B word. Don't be a pansy, bro. You know what I mean? Like, don't cry. Like, why are you crying about getting hit with a BB? That's what you're paying to do. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone should just be unloading on everybody, full auto or anything. No, God, no. If you're within point-blank range and you get more than, like, I would say 2, maybe even 3 rounds off at a person, but where you're less than, like, 5 feet away, if you're doing that shit, like, that's not cool. You know what I mean? It only takes 1 shot to kill someone. I get it. You want to make sure that they feel it, so maybe 2, sure. Maybe even 3. I'm not even going to bat an eye. But if you're within, 5 feet and you're just, like, trying to hit them, like, crazy amounts, like, that's not cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know that you hit them. They know that they got hit. If they're going to fight you, tell the ref. That's what they're there for, man. There's no need to go ahead and fight and argue people. That's what makes a really bad field, is really the players ultimately at the end of the day. They play a huge part in whether or not the field is considered cool or not. Because if they're giving it a bad name, well, there you go. They're giving it a bad name. WKD Airsoft. I've only played at HSP, Tac City, and Project N1 so far since it's summer. I'm playing at N1 more often at the moment. No, it's completely understandable. It gets hot during the summertime, and a lot. These past 2 times that I've gone to play at an outdoor field, it was incredibly hot. You know, it was very, very hot. Thankfully, this last time at HSP was actually pretty damn cool. There were some moments where, you know, we'd get a nice cross breeze. It felt really good. Even in the first part of the day, it was a little bit overcast as well, which was really, really nice. It wasn't blazing hot. You know what I mean? It wasn't a scorcher of a day, thankfully. So none of us had heat stroke. Yeah, that's right. If you guys didn't know, I mean, I've been posting it all over social media, but I had gone to HSP this past Saturday. Brewer, Seabass, and RPG lovers, we were able to pull through and hang out. And then we went to Shakey's after, and it was freaking sick. I don't know about you, but I kind of want to make the post Shakey's or pizza after kind of a thing. I know for a while we did the K barbecue after, which I'm still totally down to do again. But I don't know what it is, but like pizza post Airsoft just it felt good. It felt nostalgic. I felt like a little kid going into a Chuck E. Cheese again for the first time. It was fantastic, you know. And that fried chicken too at that Shakey's had no right being that moist. That chicken was good. It was freaking delicious. Oh, and I had some awesome leftovers after as well. I just come to chill, never have money, lol. I've been recovering from my MTW purchase last week for a while. Matthew, no worries, man. I know those MTWs can be pretty damn expensive, bro. Also, indoor arenas first, Battle Lab, Ontario, second, Project N1. No, understandable. I definitely prefer Project N1. I think that's like definitely my preferred indoor field, Clifton. But I could see it. I could see it. They each have their own appeal. You know what I mean? The moon. They say they ain't no gravity up there. What the fuck? Okay, great. I don't want to damage or anything. Probably just Dartree, my god. Dartree, what is going on, man? Good to have you here as well. Zane, Lily, hello, hello, hello. Good to have you guys here as well. This is pertaining Southern California Airsoft Fields. First, SC Village. Okay. Second, Warp Dops. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Then third, Giant. Fourth, Code Red. Interesting. All right. No, it's a good list. I can totally see why SC Village is on a lot of people's list for sure. One, it's convenient to a lot of people in the area. It is. It's all very conveniently located for a lot of people in that area. And the maps there are actually pretty damn cool. My only gripe is that, very much like Hollywood Sports, you can tell it's definitely a paintball first field for sure. You can tell it's definitely a paintball first area. But, you know, the fields themselves are really, really cool. Vietnam is my favorite, especially when it's nice and green, when it's been like post rainy season or something in the springtime. It's nice and lush and it's like very swampy. It definitely gets the jungle vibe across, right? I think SC Village is a very cool, even their what was it? The one with the satellite station. That one was actually, that's a really cool field as well. They got some cool fields. I like SC Village. I like SC Village a lot. They have a lot of history there. They've been around for quite a while. Yeah, I got no beef with SC Village whatsoever, man. Like, I like the field layout. I like the field layout quite a bit. Went to Warp Dops for the first time, like about, I want to say like a month ago, I think, maybe, like, or was it earlier this week? Or not earlier this week, earlier this month. It might have been earlier this month. I don't remember quite off the top of my head, but I know it was not too long ago. Yeah, I went there. That was really fun. That was actually really fun. Shout out Darkshire, you and I went there. It was actually really, really tight. Brewer, the next time we go out there, you got to come with us. You actually would like it, I think. I think you would like it. There's a lot of areas for snipers to take advantage of, so. Yeah, returns per guns are perceived with price. I'm gonna sort out only one. So honestly, tonight scares me away from the bugs. I have 2 of them. I don't need any. I don't need any more. Or I'd check it out. No worries, DJ. No worries. Okay, so hey guys, got a 3 village. I was trying to be nice, and she ordered me a regulator. Days with Amazon, sent it to me. TN, so that as well. I've been hitting up Project N1. Okay, been having your BBs now. I'm gonna do the main. So that was okay. Scrolling on most recent comments and questions because there's gonna be a few more. There we go. Hey, Mr. Savage 710, good to have you here as well. Same thing with you, Cookie God. Any words on Light Tactical Gen 3? I want to get into Airsoft, and that's what I have my eye on. Other recommendations, or is it good? It is fantastic, Cookie God. If you are looking for a gun that is great out the box, you never have to touch it internally, other than just your basic cleaning of the inner barrel every once in a while. There is a ton of variety and different choices in which you have for the Gen 3 lineup. I will leave a link to all the Gen 3s on our page right now. There you go. Right, there's a ton that you can pick from. At the end of the day, they're all going to be using these same internals. It's just going to be a matter of which one you think ultimately looks the coolest and which one's going to be within your budget. I would strongly recommend the Type A versions, because those are officially licensed by BG Defense Type A Rifle Group. We were able to get both the SPR and the Mark II handguard designs available for those, and you can get them in combos as well, which is very convenient. If you have the money for it, I would say go for them. I would also say Arcturuses are also fantastic as well. You can also go down the route of some of the classic Army ones, even though they are a little bit older. Their skirmish lineup does offer some really, really cool features like their programmable ETU. But those would be the ones that I would probably suggest, like top 3, I would say. Yeah, I'd say top 3. Lance Tactical, Classic Army, Arcturus, I would say, like, are freaking awesome. Those are going to be great picks for you, honestly, at the end of the day. Clifton, Project N1 is next level, highly skilled and competitive, hardcore only, Battle Labs, more family-oriented experience, but the ecstatic is impressive. Yeah, the reason I liked N1 is because I kind of this is what Anthony from Lancer Tactical and I, like, he got me calling it this, and it's like so true. N1 is the dojo. You know what I mean? You're gonna go there, especially if you're a newer player, not very competitive. You are going to get your ass handed to you. You are going to get your butt kicked. But at the same time, it's not going to be as toxic of an environment as, say, some other, I won't say names, but I think you can guess, it won't be as toxic as some other indoor fields, which I really appreciate, because I've had some really shitty experiences at this other field, and thankfully, I've never had a single bad experience at N1. Not a single one. It's always been incredibly positive. I've had a lot of fun there. I'm really cool with the guys there. Yeah, I love that field a lot. I think in terms of just quality of play, I would say N1 is probably the best in my personal opinion. But again, that's my personal opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own, right? There's a run and gun map, but you can hold your lanes if you got a squad. Absolutely. If you have a squad going with you, oh, dude, you try to go alone, you can do it, but you got to be extra skilled for that, man. Damn it! No, I need a new mask. It sounds like that's clear lens. You can't say shit in some fields, lol, so I don't think I'd be happy going somewhere to be micromanaged. True. Trying to put in nice, though you finish the lenses, can't see anything. Rip Ozzy. Oh yeah, that's right. I did hear that Ozzy had unfortunately passed away. Freaking what a legend, guy. What a freaking legend in the rock scene, man. That's a loss. Although to be honest, I kind of felt, I'm not very surprised. Like, I mean, if you've seen him on his tour currently, he definitely, how do I say this? It definitely felt like, yeah, it kind of seemed like it was his time. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely didn't want him to go, but I mean, like, you see him, like, again, like, you gotta imagine too, the quality of life that he's living as well probably isn't that great. It just, like, why? Also, like, I felt bad. Like, why is he performing? I get it, he wants to do it, but, like, damn, man, like, what a legend though to go out like that, right? Get a flashlight and tracer ready for battle labs. Lancer, Gen 3 are good. Also looking at Arcturus and KDB. Yeah. Oh, well, if you have the money for KDB, it's a little bit higher on that price point. But, I mean, yeah, if you have the beans for it, by all means, the KDB KO series, the original lineup, is very, very good. Remember, guys, take advantage of the promotion going on right now where every $50 you spend will be getting you 2 entries into this Thursday's live stream giveaway. Right, we're counting an entire week's worth of entries, so make sure that you have your orders in, as many as possible, so you increase your odds and have the best chance at winning the grand prize all for yourself. Again, leaving a link to the rules there on the live chat so you can read that for yourselves. And this promo, again, like I've been saying, only lasts during the duration of the stream. Once 9:30 hits, that's it. It's done. Over. Finito. We're not doing it. So take advantage now while you can. No, but it looks dope. 2 injuries. One day I'd love to go back to SC. No, and you know what? I'm sure it'll be there, ready and waiting for you, Curtis. Ready and waiting for you. And remember, guys, the question we got going on for today is: where is the best place to play, or best places to play? Where has been the best locations, best spots, best fields that you guys have ever been to? And let me know why as well down in the live chat. And if you have any questions, put the letter Q right for any questions. It's gonna make it a lot easier for me to say. And Agent 3 is good, but if I have to pick one, I choose the Type A guns. Biased, because you have one. It's because you have it, which, again, is a fair assessment to say because you actually do have the experience. RPG Lovers, by the way, if you didn't know, RPG Lovers is operator as fuck, when it comes to the field. There would be moments, certain games that we'd play at HSP, where Brewer, Seabass, and myself were all dead, and we'd see this man doing the cool like operator run, clearing buildings and connexes and shit. Dude, it was so fun. We're like the whole time we were giving him shit. We were trying to distract him. We're like, oh, get him! Look how cool he looks! Look how cool! And I know in the back of his mind he was like, don't fuck up! Don't fuck up! Don't fuck up! Don't fuck up! Man, that was freaking fun. You got guys? Anytime that I go out to play, I usually post it somewhere, right? And I especially let you guys know during these live streams as well. Try to come out if you can whenever I go out to play. It's so much fun. It is so much freaking fun. It is so fantastic. I love hanging out with every single one of you guys. When we actually get to play together, I think it's the best. I genuinely think it's the absolute best. Any words on Lance Gen 3? Oh, I said that as well. That'd be some good. That would... Oh, shaky fried chicken was real good. That is something never thought I would say. Yeah, dude. Shakey's fried chicken, better than KFC. Dare I say... It's going to be crazy. Dare I say, on par, if not maybe even slightly better than Popeyes. Crazy. I know it's definitely got to be up there with at least Church's Chicken. I like Church's Chicken a lot. But Popeyes is kind of special to me. But I got to say, it's pretty damn good, man. It was so juicy. Whoever was chefing it up back there in the kitchen, fantastic job. I left a fat tip, too. I'm not going to lie. Pizza and beer post gameplay, absolutely, that would be a hit. So IPA and pizza, you know what's up. Absolutely, dude. Although I didn't order beer, I just had a soda. I didn't want to drink carbs, but yes, I could totally imagine if I had a gin and tonic though, ooh, or a nice little cocktail, that would be fantastic. A nice mojito, absolutely. I missed out seeing y'all at HSP. I did go to N1 last week on Thursday. It was packed. No, especially as you get closer to the weekend, it gets pretty damn crazy. Very, very hectic. We also read chrono if we see bad welts. Or if someone thinks someone is shooting hot, or if there is a lot of heat and a lot of GBB and or HPA. Here's what I want to see, and I want more. And I know it's kind of hard to do it, in general, but I want to see refs carrying their just like the portable Ace Tech chronograph on them. I want to see them carrying that on their person at random. And I hate to target out one demographic of players, but I do think it has to be done because I've seen it happen way too often. I want them to go up to every single HPA player they have on that day of play at random, in the middle of a game session. Be like, "Oh, player, come over here for a second," right? Randomly call them up and be like, "I need you to do me a favor. Shoot into this chronograph, right? Shoot into the chronograph." And it shoots over. It's like, okay, cut the wristband. You're not playing for the rest of the day today. It's got to be done, man. It's got to be done that way. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Not the last time I went to HSP like this time, but the time beforehand, I had gone, and there actually was a player that was cranking up their HPA tank. And I've talked to other refs before at other fields, and they say, yeah, if I ever caught you doing that, you are perma-banned for life. Like, what is wrong with you? You are sick if you do that shit. Seriously, that is not cool, man. So point blank, you feel the full force. Can a 3D printed lower frame specifically for an airsoft Glock withstand use? Depends on the material used. For the base itself, right? If you're using some lower quality material, don't expect much. If you use some higher quality stuff, then yeah, there's a higher chance that it can actually hold up fairly well. People will 3D print parts constantly. That's a growing thing. Freaking Tap Airsoft. They are a literal 3D print house shop. That's what they do. They 3D print all their components. Crazy Jay, good to have you here as well, my man. Good to have you. I was worried that you weren't going to be here today. I'm glad you're here, dude. I've also had plenty claim they know the exact PSI setting for their Joule settings and be super off. That's funny. That's funny as fuck. Minimum engagement should only be for specific guns. Fair. I think if you have a gun that's over 450, right, in terms of FPS, then I think you should have a minimum engagement distance. I think so. You know what I mean? Has anybody here run Balahak? Misspelled. Heard it's the Mecca. I have never been to Balahak, although I've always wanted to go. Always wanted to. I heard that it is getting slightly overgrown at this point. Like, it's not as well maintained, but again, It could be a number of things, right? I just still really want to go because I constantly see a bunch of videos for it, and I've always wanted to try it out for myself. Since I've been admitting, I've seen the difference in HPA players. Some like to use lower power, and others like to be right on the edge for 0 MED with 1.49 joules exactly. There's a funny expression. I remember, if you guys remember the company FLT, the guys that make those indestructible bushings. Those guys are fun. Those guys are really cool. But they would tell me that, you know, some of the refs for some of their builds, you know, they'd see how well tuned that their stuff is, and they would constantly tell them. And this is kind of funny. It's they talk about, like, you know, the FPS and the joule measurements, and they'd be like, guys, it's a limit, not a goal. You know what I mean? Like, they are intentionally trying to get to the limit every single time. And I'm like, I get it. It's cool. But I don't know. I have kind of mixed feelings about that too. Straight Raw, did you guys forget about me? Absolutely not. I actually picked out your prize last week and actually sent it out already. So you will be getting your prize very, very soon. We decided to go ahead and just bundle it together, right? It just makes it a lot easier for us so that there's less of a risk of your prizes getting lost. So both of your prizes are actually going to be packed together. One's in a slightly different box. You'll know which one's which. You'll know which one's which. They're going to be separate, so they're not going to be right on. You get the idea. But no, we sent out yours last week. Yeah, last week Friday, actually. One of the prizes actually is something. I'm not going to say it's exact. Well, okay, I'll say this. Considering your request for what to win as a grand prize, I'm like 97, 96% certain you are going to be very happy with the prize. Matthew, I'm 31 years old. I just got tired of working and watching Netflix, so I go back into Airsoft. Yeah, no. I completely understand that. There's got to be more to life than just stream. And if that's interesting, if watching stuff on a streaming service, you know, like watching stuff is your hobby, like there's plenty of people that I know, big old cinephiles, right, that love going to the movies, making critiques about them, or just watching in general. That is their hobby. Nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. But for me, I definitely, as much as I love being a couch potato and just, you know, as soon as I'm done with work, coming home, cooking a nice meal for me and my fiance, and just watching whatever on the TV, as much as I actually do enjoy doing that, I know that I would be incredibly unhappy if it was just that. Like, I need Airsoft in my life, and I know for a fact that, and I've tested this, because when I went to college, there was no Airsoft, nothing. Nothing Airsoft, man. There was nothing. And I was depressed as fuck, man. Like, it really fucked me up for quite a big period of my life. All my friends were in different places. You know, I couldn't Airsoft, like, at all where I was at. It sucked. I've even gone stints in my life where I didn't have any money and I couldn't do anything, let alone Airsoft, and I was incredibly depressed. I constantly need to be around. Even if I'm not actively on the field, I need to at least have Airsoft guns near me. I need to be talking to my friends in the Airsoft scene. And we constantly talk about Airsoft, right? That's literally, I live, eat, and breathe this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally my life at this point. Here in New York City, or in North Carolina, actually, we have one called Rats. Rats, interesting. It's a 2-story abandoned elementary school and the surrounding outdoor property. Hey, that sounds sick, dude. That actually sounds really fucking cool. Send some pictures, Matthew. Put that shit in the Discord. I want to see that shit. So we run HPA to intentionally hurt people. It sucks, but those people exist. Unfortunately, they do. To be fair, it's not exclusively to HPA. It's just a lot. HPA is very attractive to those people. Anthony, my visit just went to work today, and I'm always down to chill and hang out with you. No worries, man. Anthony, always happy to have you, dude. Always happy to have you here, dude. I don't see the point in hurting people. I got an HPA platform because I am tired of my AGs breaking. That's the only reason. Other than that, I just love Airsoft. Yeah, true. Again, there are plenty. I would say the vast majority of people who run HPA do it for that exact same reason. They just don't want to have to be bothered with anything regarding AEG, right? Other than, okay, I got to charge the battery itself, right? But most of the people that run HPA just want it for the performance. They want it for the ease of use and for the control that they have, right? But I don't want to ever make it seem like I'm condemning or I think poorly or negatively or look down on HPA players. I really don't, right? It's just when you have that many bad experiences with you know, the system itself, it can leave a bad taste in people's mouth. And I've tried my best to get over it because I used to be pretty damn like combative towards those people because I've I've been bullied like crazy, dude. I've been absolutely bullied like crazy growing up playing Airsoft with that, with people who specifically running HPA systems, right? Who just love to go ahead and just unload their mags on me, unfortunately. Oh, God. Who the frick? Boss man, was this you? What the fuck? There's a poll going on. You can vote if you want. I think I'd rather you not. I think I'd rather you not. Fucking, why are more people voting? But feel free to fucking put your vote in. You know what? I'll be happy if most of you guys say he looks like Jay Leno. That's better. That's better. I think I'd rather that more than anything, guys. We got a little less than an hour, or a little more than an hour left before we close out tonight's live stream. Remember, 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's it. We're going to be done with tonight's stream. This promotion is going to be over, where every $50 you spend will be getting you 2 entries into the giveaway. This is the perfect opportunity for you to stack up your entries, stack up your chances of winning the grand prize. That, of course, being the YouTube Unboxing Mystery Box in the live stream giveaway. There you go. Leave a link to that as well so you can read the rules all for yourselves. It's freaking sweet. We've been doing this for years. Don't miss out. Get those orders in. And there's plenty of stuff to take advantage of. Again, plenty of sales we got going on, plenty of discounts for you to take advantage of. Can't give Airsoft players benefit of the dances. Read the rules. I took a gas shotgun blast for MED rules. I took a gas shotgun blast to the forearm. Bearskin. Oh, 1.3. Oh, God. At around 6 feet, all 3 broke skin. Didn't hurt much, but looked really bad. MED rules are needed, especially for younger players. That's what I feel like the biggest thing is for. It's for the younger players. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're over 18, you're legally considered an adult, right? You can make your own decisions. Granted, I think our frontal lobes aren't fully formed yet, so some of the decisions we make are kind of dumb. But in general, right, you have the ability to discern what it is that you want to do in terms of an activity for the day. Playing Airsoft, where you can potentially break skin, is very much a decision that you make as an adult, right? And if we happen to get hurt from it, generally speaking, we are all fairly tough enough to shake it off and just walk on to the very next game, right? There's really not much else to it. Walk it off, right? Walk it off, sport. You know what I mean? You never play a contact sport before, right? Just walk it off, shake it off, move on to the next one, and see what you can do to do better. That's literally all it is, right? When I got this little, let's see if it's still there. When I got that, that shit didn't really hurt. I'll be honest. It like stung initially, and it was like, oh, okay, it went away. Like a few seconds later, it looked terrible. It looked horrible. It looked like I needed stitches. I was popping BBs out of my chin that were lodged inside, that had broken the skin and were inside of me, right? It was pretty gross, right? You only saw a little bit of the white, and Cisco had to, like a pimple, pop it out, right? And then blood was gushing everywhere and stuff, right? It looked terrible. Didn't really hurt that much, though. My thumb, more than anything, hurt because I got a bruise on there. But, again, right, I get it, right? If it was a little kid, oh, can you imagine, right? A helicopter parent, right? Like someone's mom, right? It's an overprotective mom, sees that, especially if she's a Karen, she's gonna try to sue, right? It don't matter. Like, I can totally see someone like that absolutely just filing for like assault, right? You know what I mean? Like, I could totally see that shit happening. MED has to exist there. Unfortunately, I don't always agree with it. I think some of the rules need to be modified. It needs to be a little bit more nuanced than just a blanket statement, but I do understand why it's there. I am accepting donation to send Isaias to Korea and get lip plastic surgery. Is that for you too, boss man? Is that for you too? I mean, between you and I, who needs surgery more? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's all I do. Double tap or one ball them, but dude, you're spamming semi too, so I mean 2 shots plus is inevitable. 2 to 3, I would say. 2 to 3, point blank is fine. 3, I would say, being the max. But again, if you're getting hit with more, don't be a little, don't be a little pansy. Just freaking call your hit, right? Isaias, will orders for last Thursday count for night? Yes. Like I said, we are counting orders from an entire week. So from Thursday last week, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, till the coming Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is it. Literal week's worth of orders. You've had plenty of time over the weekend, but don't worry. We got your back with the X promotions going on right now. Darwin's Arbiter, good to have you here as well, my man. All right, scrolling down most recent comments and questions. Come on, there we go. Hey, lip filler is relatively cheap this Friday. What the fuck? That is crazy how the cost of like cosmetic surgery has definitely gone down in the last couple of years, right? Like it's so much more accessible now more than ever. When the Mayo Game is, it's Friday. I have been, boss man. I have been. If you've been listening, I have been. Bro, last week N1, I seen some food's stomach that looked like had chicken pox. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dude. I can see. Or it looks like I got attacked by a swarm of bees, bruh. Hell no. You know what? That is the reality, though. That is the reality of showing up to any indoor field. That's just gonna happen. You're playing at engagement distances that are way closer. It is literally CQB. You are close quarters to another person, right? Zane Lowell as a straight. What the fuck? As a. Thank you, Zane. Thank you. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm moving on from that. Moving on. RPG lovers, no, fuck off. Bust out the chapstick. HPA has the most room, easiest for abuse, but also super consistent and easiest to try different builds and roles. That is true. I've seen plenty of HPA builds for all sorts of platforms. Sniper rifles, regular rifles as well. I've also seen them used for LMGs, which is freaking sweet. HPA, I will say, HPA LMG, it's fucking cool. Like, it's just freaking sweet, Lois. Pretty freaking sweet. I've seen plenty of builds where I'm like, damn, I kind of want. I specifically, I think I've mentioned this plenty of times before, but I really want to get the fusion engine for the 240 Bravo because I have a 240 in my garage. I want to slap that bad boy inside, run the 240. Dude, that'll be sick, bro. I love the 240 Bravo. The 240 Bravo's got to be like top 3 guns of all fucking time, right? It's just such a big, mean machine. You know what I mean? Like, that shit eats BBs like crazy. I just wanna, because I've used HPA ones before, and that shit, like, it ate through a bag of, like, the equivalent of, like, a bag of 5,000 BBs in, like, a few seconds, just gone. Like, what that was 5,000 rounds. You know, it's nuts. I totally want one for myself, just because, again, it'd be funny to have, and the gun itself is just so sweet, right? The amount of suppressive fire that you can lay down would be absolutely amazing. All right. I want to go ahead and give a reminder to everybody. Reminder this Friday. I've been saying it all throughout the stream that all Friday, this coming Friday, we are going to be, of course, getting a brand new mystery box, the Mayo Gang mystery box. This box is, I'm not joking, our best mystery box we've ever fucking put together. The prize list is absolutely nuts. We're talking crazy customs. We're talking crazy high-end guns. Everything from the HK M110, MP5s, LCT AKs, Tokyo Marui gas select rifles, Maruyama, it's literally VFC, guys. Gas select guns as well, Vorsk VMP 2s, and so much more. Even the freaking M200 interventions are on here too. That's freaking sick with the DSR. Dude, like, MCX, like, you go down this list. Seriously, go through this list yourself. I guarantee you will find plenty of things to your liking. The box is going to be available this Friday, but there's only going to be 175 of them available, period. No more, no less. So make sure to go ahead and get yours when it goes live. 209, and of course, you get the free UPS ground shipping. Of course, you know we're hooking you guys up. The best. Make sure to take advantage when that goes live, too. And take advantage now. Remember, any $20 or greater order gets you an entry into the giveaway. Kids Blood 6. What the fuck? All right, we got another poll going on. Make sure to go on and leave a vote in there as well. Who do you know between all four? Yeah, 4. I couldn't count for some reason. Between all 4 of these groups or content creator individuals, Micah Mayfield, GBRS Group, WAG, Valiant. I love it. Totally makes sense with the 12 people that have voted right now. It totally makes sense why Valiant and WAG would be at the top. Just again, it matches up. It matches our demographic. I'm surprised more people haven't said, though, freaking Micah Mayfield, though. I felt like most people would know him. Just, again, off of originally being, working for Grand Thumb and then moving on to his own channel as well. But GBRS as well, I figured there would be at least a few people voting for that. But, interesting. Very, very interesting. Bossman can't be fired, bro. He's the boss. Dude, the bossman would come with a crazy poll. Of course. Kissable Jay Leno. All right. All right, dude. Mayo broke. His boy y'all wild. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. I don't think so either. Waiting for the homies to reach a stable work-life balance so we can airsoft again. I read that again. My brain refused to read that as goon, and I read it again. Jesus Christ. I mean, on some real shit, yes. Even some of my personal friends. It sucks when they've gone through some personal stuff going on in their lives, whether it be death in the family, right? Whether it be death in the family, sickness, divorce, even, right? I've seen that plenty of times. It sucks when they go through things like that because that really just saps away all their energy. Even their desire to go play airsofting, I feel like when you get that level of depression, it just really fucking sucks it all away. You know what I mean? It really fucking just evaporates any and all willpower to just get up and then do something. Not even just airsoft, just do anything that's gonna make you feel better, right? I won't even lie. There are some moments where I've been like, I've had like a shit week, right? Or I had a really shitty Friday, and I have plans to go out playing Saturday, and there's just like a part of me that's like, man, you shouldn't go. Like I'm getting that kind of like for one, it could also be chalked up to my social anxiety, but like there's a part of me that knows that I'm like, oh man, I'm like depressed. I kind of want to just stay depressed for the entirety of this time, right? I don't want to go out and feel better, and I always push myself to go past it, right? To actually go out and play, because I know I'll feel way better, and it's definitely better for my mental health as well. But I'm not gonna lie, when you go through some personal stuff, it's hard to find the motivation to actually get up and go. The Airsoft make a BB Wars event close to LA, little SC or HP, bro. We actually did. We did one towards the end of 2023 at SC Village as well. I mean, maybe again, you never really know what the next BB Wars is gonna be. Once I get a job and have money again, I want to make it out for a BB Wars event, dude. It would be amazing, Zubinil, if you can come out for an event. That would actually be freaking sweet, dude. Honestly, I've noticed HBAs are tryhards or seem to XP the other players. I don't really want to say that necessarily, Wick. Again, like I said, I don't want to like put any blame or like, look down on anyone that runs HPA. I know plenty of players that use HPA because one, it's cool. Let's be real. Like, it's a cool system. It may not be my thing, because again, I went into Airsoft because I love the realism aspect behind it. I didn't want to have to be bothered with a big ass hopper right on top of a big old tank that I can't aim down sights with. I didn't want to have to be bothered with a hose. But I mean, realistically, man, like if we're just looking at this objectively, it's a great fucking system. HPA is fantastic, man. Like, you will never hear me say that HPA sucks, because it doesn't. It is so good. Right? I don't want to glaze it, but I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? It's the truth. It's the honest to God truth. It's just unfortunate that, again, it has been given such a bad rap due to a few bad apples in the game. And again, it doesn't help that these motherfuckers post onto YouTube, right? Because they think they're edgy or something, or people that try to capitalize it and do like cheaters or like mag dump justice videos and stuff like that, and they'll just do like HPAs. Like, it's unfortunately gives Airsoft a bad name. And again, it's something that we've said before in the past. That's not something that we endorse ever. All right, now watching Attack on Titan. Hey, that's my man. Attack on Titan, bro. That's a fucking fantastic pick, my guy. Tap HPA adapters for GVRs or AirTac. Ooh. That is a very good question, Happy Ghost. I mean, for me, I would just run a GBVR as is. I wouldn't even bother using any sort of adapter for it, but I could see why people would go that route. I just think that kind of defeats the purpose of gas blowback, but again, to each their own. Interestingly enough, this week's main upload is actually going to be talking about gas blowback. So maybe we go over the ISO 556. I'll show it off here. Want to show it? Why not? Why the hell not? I freaking love the ISO, dude. It's a freaking cool. Here's the thing. It's not an AR. It's different enough to not be an AR. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different. It's different enough so that way you don't get lumped in with just a regular M4, but you still take regular M4 mags. The VFC spec M4 magazines are primo stuff. Works fantastic. This is probably one of the most gas efficient gas blowback builds I've ever seen. It's freaking nuts. I love this thing. And honestly, it's actually not even that bad a price considering for GBBs. For GBRs, that's not bad. That's actually pretty fair of what they're asking for in terms of price point. But we do go over this, and we actually talk about some of the things that players might not actually be prepared for when making the switch over to gas blowback. I feel like for a lot of players, they go into gas blowbacks thinking that it's, or at least they tackle it head first the same way that they would an AEG. You know what I mean? I feel like they don't really do as much needed research in terms of operating a GBB. I really do feel like that's the case, because you can take, even if it's like the best GBR out there, you know, you can still take it out, you know, for your very first time and not really, and make a lot of mistakes essentially when it comes to like using it, right? Like things that you just wouldn't even bother to think about because you're so used to running AEGs, right? Like why would you even think about that, right? Like again, that's not even something that comes to our minds when it comes to like running an AEG. So why would we think about it in GBB, right? Because we're not used to it. Like, it sounds like such a simple thing, but remembering to top off your magazines. I can't stress enough how important topping off your gas blowback magazines really, really is prior to every game, right? It just is. You don't have a ton of rounds on you. These magazines are limited to, like, what, 30, maybe 40 rounds at most, right? Like, these things are not... Yeah, this one's 30 exactly. You don't have a ton of ammo on you. Magazines themselves are also going to be a little bit pricier when you compare to an AEG, right? So you're only going to have at most maybe 3, maybe even 4 mags on you, typically on average. You're going to have to learn how to really make your shots count, all right? You're going to have to really learn how to make your shots count, and you do not want to be caught with your pants down, basically, metaphorically, when you have a target in sight and you got no gas. You got plenty of BBs in there. Sure, yeah, you got plenty of BBs. How are you going to shoot it? Where's the gas? You need the gas. You need the gas. Right? I think that's something that people just need to be a little bit better prepared about. Because that was a mistake even I made. I would sometimes forget, like, that one extra magazine. It's like, oh, I got full BBs, I'm good. And then it's like, ah, shit, I forgot to fill it with gas, right? And now I'm out one. And I'm, like, super low on ammo, right? Other things to keep a note, like, as well, is you got to really learn to make your shots count, like I was saying. You got to really learn how to tactically, methodically move, and how to properly flank, how to do a pincer movement, how to communicate and work with other teammates. If it wasn't already important beforehand, which it is, it's now even more incredibly important for you to learn to work with other players, because again, you are limited on ammo. You need to know how to use all your resources at your disposal. Bro, with my Crytek, I was going at it with this HPA, bro, and he didn't want to call his hits when we were at 4 near damn 20 seconds till he got me on my mask, but I called it because I play fair. That's, hey, good on you. You know what I mean? If for whatever reason you know you're hitting a player and he doesn't call it, but he shoots you and you call it, that shows better character on your end. Let the ref know, though. Let the ref know. Don't approach the player. Don't do anything to the player. Just let the ref know, hey, I tried to get this player out. I know for a fact I hit him. Can you please keep an eye on this player? I don't think he's calling it hits at all. The ref will take that in mind. Okay. Keep that in mind. If he gets another complaint about that person from another player, he's more than likely going to go ahead and believe it and be like, oh, okay, sweet. Now I know who to look out for immediately. And sometimes they'll even cheater check them themselves. Sometimes they will cheater check themselves. It's another thing that I really like about certain fields, and that's really, really earns my respect and my business, to be honest, is if you have refs that care enough to properly monitor the game and enforce the rules when needed. I'm not saying you need an overbearing ref or anything. Nobody likes someone that's so super overbearing or micromanaging. Nobody likes that. But if you have someone that's willing to step in and cares enough about your safety, the integrity of the game, and just you having fun as a customer, they care enough to actually put a stop to certain behaviors. They care enough to warn you about certain things. Like, that is a good ref. That is a very good ref, and by extension, good staffing at a field. Remember, guys, we're at 30 congruent viewers, but only 15 likes. Make sure to go and leave a like on this live stream. It lets me know you guys want us to continue with the stream itself and with these opportunities for you to get more odds of winning this week's live stream giveaway. So do not miss out. All right, let's see what the poll's doing at right now. 23 votes. Who do you know? Let's see. Micah Mayfield at 9%. WAG at 52, 39% for Valiant, and 0% for GBRS Group. That makes Boaz very sad. That makes Boaz very, very sad. But honestly, I kind of expected as much. I usually do or have it by the entry and exit point for the field increase we needed. We don't normally have issues, but if we suspect someone that they would get random tests during games, I don't fuck around as ref. Good. Thank you, Zubanel. Again, we need more refs like you out there in the fields. Things I like a text is that they do a tournament lock and do random checks throughout the day. Here's the thing, though. Even with a tournament lock, people still find ways of getting around it. They'll undo the tournament, which is basically just a zip tie. They'll undo it and then just redo it after they've adjusted, right? If I see an HPA player running a pistol on an outdoor field, for sure that that is profiling. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. Are they more likely than someone who is running an HPA tapped rifle? I would say yes, between the two. I would say if they're able to score hits from crazy range and it hurts, and it breaks skin with a pistol, I'd be like, maybe someone do a double check on that guy. That guy right there. Yeah. It would be sweet if GI opened up a field. That has been something we've even thought about in the past beforehand too. I know that was something that we've entertained that notion, but it would just be so much of a project, man. It's not alone just being expensive, right? But it would be such literally a hassle to make. It'd be cool though. It would totally be cool if we had our own field. I still want to do it. I would still love to have a field, with literally just a GI field. You know what I mean? Isaias, did you take can on my giveaway winnings? Take can. I'm not sure what you were saying, Straight Raw, but I think you mean take care of. Yes, I did. Straight Raw. Just be on the lookout for your mailbox. I don't think you're too far away from last I checked. Best place I've been airsofting has been Fox Airsoft Field in Colorado. Also, another place I want to go. I want to go to Colorado and Utah. I want to hit up my boy, Chef Panikage, and the rest of the Wardens of the Aether, because I want to go in and play Airsoft with them. I want to play Airsoft with them boys. Yep, reps should also be more caring and trustworthy at random too. It's that one as well. I don't drink, but a bowl of some kush and some bomb grub. We're winning in life. Absolutely. Look at us now. Fair place to play is a field called Modern Airsoft, and Alpine is dope, good vibes, no cheaters, everyone calls hits, also they call trades. It really is, at the end of the day, comes down to that, right? It's the simple things that ultimately make a great field great. It's going to be the player base that goes there is honorable, everyone has integrity, everyone calls their hits, refs there do their job, right? Even if they don't go above and beyond, they don't have to. Just doing your job as a ref, doing the bare minimum, believe me, you do that, people will still enjoy your field. People will still enjoy the field itself, right? It really ultimately comes down to the players themselves being able to call their hits and following the rules. That alone makes a great place to play. The best field I played at was US Airsoft in Anderson, California. Yeah, Brewer, I'm right there with you, dog. I'm right there with you, man. For those that know, you know. US Airsoft World, bruh. That shit's Airsoft heaven. The only downside, I will say, if there's one thing that keeps it from being perfection, it's the rules regarding LMG. You can't walk and shoot with an LMG. You have to stay prone in a position or post it up. I'm like, really? Bro, that's my playstyle. Dude, I run and gun like crazy with LMGs. That's how I play, dude. Frustrating. But you know what? Everything else, perfect. Love that place. Love the player base. Love the management there. Love the field staff. By the way, I DM'd US Airsoft World's Insta. If anyone has connections to them, let them know to respond back to us. I've been trying to get a hold of them for a while. Tyler Butch, worst month of my life was this month because I couldn't go airsofting. Tyler, I am super sorry to hear that, man. I am very, very sorry to hear that. I completely understand what that's like, man. I went a whole year without airsofting, with maybe an airsoft trip once every couple of months, maybe twice in that entire time of that year's time frame that I get to go play. It sucked balls, dude. It was terrible. I feel for that, man. That really is unfortunate when you can't do the thing that you love. Hopefully soon you'll be able to get out there onto the field and play again. NorCal has some fields too, but that's already a road trip if you want to roll. No, yeah, that's true. I think, what is it? What's the closest one that, like, that's, or the most popular field out there? What would it be like? Would it be like Game Pod maybe? I need to airsoft more. I've been fishing too much. Little catching them sea bass is fun. No, I've been wanting to get back into fishing again more. I did a little bit of fishing earlier this year, and I even got Jazz into it as well. Jazz has actually been really enjoying fishing too, which is pretty funny. So she, myself, and my dad will usually set a date, and we'll typically go fishing. We've done a little bit of freshwater, although I typically prefer saltwater fishing. I don't know, it's just more fun for me for some reason. Don't know why. My Arcturus barrel got scratched through the BBs. I got other barrels, they don't compare, and the sound is different. What they do is just buy another Arcturus barrel or try different hops with the Mad Bull. You can try that, Dre. You can experiment around with the different buckings. You can experiment around with the different barrels as well. See which combination works the best. I typically like the combination of I like unicorn stuff, but you can also try a maple leaf barrel, but with a unicorn bucking. I think that combo is just like a match made in heaven. But again, you can try whatever it is that you want to try, man. The world is your oyster. Remember, guys, we got less than an hour. We got less than an hour left in the live stream. Make sure to get those orders in, so that way you can be entered into the next live stream giveaway going down this Thursday. Again, you don't want to miss out on it. You can win your dream airsoft gun. It is literally a YouTube unboxing mystery box, so you get to request some potential prizes that you can win, and you might win them. You actually might win them. And remember, we got this mystery box going live this coming Friday, so don't miss out on that as well. Only 175 of them will be available, and the prize list is fucking nuts. It's insane in the membrane, so you're going to want to make sure you check that out as well, and make sure you're there for the drop when it goes live. Okay. I know of a good location if you want to make an indoor field and run tournaments from. There's a lot of people here in the Midwest that would love a place to set up competitive teams at, and you could have a large shop and warehouse. People still try to convince us to, like, open up a field. Guys, we would love to do a field, but it's expensive, bro, and it's also, there's a lot of legality stuff that goes into it, man. I just look back and I'm like, where's everyone? Yeah, RPG, that's what I was saying, dude. RPG Lover, you're operator as fuck sometimes, man. You're operator as fuck, and you don't even realize it. This man, when we were playing, everybody, RPG Lovers literally goes, I don't like to walk. Just wheel me into the airsoft field. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? And then I see him running like crazy, like a fucking ninja, just scanning the entire area, clearing buildings. Dude, it was kind of sick to watch. Redline Tactical Airsoft. Penley's Airsoft Playground in Sugar Grove. Is that Pennsylvania? I don't know what PA is, guys. I'm going to be real. I don't know what PA. I'm pretty sure that's Pennsylvania, right? Please tell me if I'm wrong. Is the chillest and most unique field in the area. Oh, okay. What do you think of the G&G Predator? Is that Gap? Gap 12. What do I think of the G&G Predator? I think it's all right. I think it's okay. I think G&G is definitely past... Okay, I don't want to say... I'll say this. I think right now, G&G stuff, if it's older, you know, it is older. It's not going to really compare to a lot of the current stuff that's coming out now. I think they're still really well-made guns, for sure. The quality is definitely there. But in terms of performance, I definitely think that they are a little bit lacking. Same thing with their bang for their buck. You know what I mean? There are plenty of other companies coming out now that are way better value for what you're paying for. Now, when it comes to the high-end stuff, we're talking anything that uses the G2, G2H, gearbox systems that G&G has in place now for their higher end stuff. I think those are freaking fantastic. I think those are super well engineered. But again, it is in a completely different tier list altogether. It's in a different price point altogether, you know? Yes, do you think I should get the DSG? Jen Levensky, here's the thing, if you really want something, go for it. Don't listen to what anyone else has to say. Just go ahead and get it if you genuinely want it. You know, but it's again, airsoft should be played the way you want to be played, and you should be able to have the products that you want, right? Everything else be damned at that point. Do a poll. Can you guys do a poll? HPA, AG, gas blowback. Maybe after this one, but in terms of just between the three, I have a feeling in terms of coolness, everyone's gonna go for gas blowback. But in terms of popularity, AEG is gonna be number one, and then HPA would probably be last. Because again, the big thing with HPA is that, despite me glazing it, there is one big thing that kind of holds it back more than anything, and that's the price point. It is incredibly, incredibly expensive. Isaias is good to have. Isaias is good to have on your team. He's good at communicating and tactics. Also good at staying in the What are you talking about, Archie? I was moving up the front. I was moving up the front with Seabass while you were in the dead box. You know what I mean? I was sponging the hits for you, bro. I think the ref checked me too by shooting me to see if I called the shot lol. But I love to be an honest player. We need more good morals in the game. Absolutely. Airsoft has always been and always should be an integrity sport. It should always be a game played with integrity. You need to make sure that you're honorable. You call your hits. Be honest. Right? Nobody loves a cheater. Nobody likes a cheater at all. Right? You are ruining the game for everyone else by not being a moral player. And there are other ways to be a moral player as well, other than the bare minimum of just calling your hits, right? That's the bare minimum that you can do. A moral player is someone who sees another player adjusting their eye pro, right? Maybe even taking off their eye pro, and then immediately calls blind man or covers their face entirely, right? That's something that you got to be on the lookout for. A moral player will see newer players struggling and offer to help them out. See if they're having a good time and if they need assistance with anything. Maybe guide them in the right direction, whatever it might be, whether it be looking for repairs, looking for suggestions, or looking for a battle buddy just to play with on the field itself to work with. You know what I mean? That's, in my opinion, a good player. And that's something that I'm trying to make sure that I do and that I uphold as well. Because sometimes, especially if I play with friends, I get so caught up in like hanging out with them. But on the field itself, I do try to work with other players as well, even if they weren't part of my original group that I came in with, What do you think of the... Okay, how many rounds do you get on the KLI man before swap... KLI man? On the KLI before swapping CO2? Oh, okay. If you're referring to the SR4... I think I remember going through 2 mags fully before it needed to change out the CO2. Yeah, I believe 2 mags entirely. I could be wrong, but I remember during the initial testing it was 2 mags. I love my KLI SR4 stock. No upgrade so far. Shoots like a beast. Still, I just need to make sure I clean it after I go into play. Yes, sir, Mr. Savage. That's another thing. Everyone who wants to get a gas blowback, prepare for cleaning. Prepare for cleaning. You need to make sure that you are ready and willing to clean your gas blowbacks before and after every time you play. Because otherwise, if you do get a problem, it's literally going to be no one else's fault but your own. It's not the gun's fault, it's yours because you're not taking care of it. I don't know if that was his sole intent for the video or if it was clickbait, but that's the kind of video titles that give our hobby a bad rep. Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing. I don't necessarily blame all content creators for doing anything like that regarding cheating or stuff. I just think that a lot of times they forget that how much influence that they really have and how much the algorithm really favors their content compared to a lot of other people's. And when they do videos like that, it definitely doesn't give the right name of Airsoft across. You know what I mean? What's y'all's opinions on refs being a hard ass about keeping safety goggles on when the play area, even when dealing with fogging? If it's in the designated play section, yes, he has to keep it on. I don't care if people call him a hard ass or whatever, or like you shouldn't be taking off your shit in the first place. If you're having a hard time, every ref that I know says, come to me and I will help you with defogging. A lot of refs I know carry literal anti-fog spray on them or anti-fog wipes and will wipe it down for you. Will escort you to a place where you're less or not likely to get hit at all, and that way you're in a safe designated area. It's a liability, guys. It's a thing. It's a liability issue at that point. Because think about it this way. Let's take this scenario. If the ref wasn't a hard ass, right? He clearly sees that you're taking off your eye pro, right? You take it off, and then you get shot in the eye. Right, you get shot in the eye, obviously unintentionally, but someone shoots you in the eye, and it ends up causing irreparable damage. Right, he's gonna go to his parents, right, or he himself is gonna go ahead and sue for not being, for them not being, even though it's his fault. It happened during the ref's watch, right? It happened during the ref's watch. It's like lifeguarding, you know what I mean? Like you are going to a public pool, right? It is the ref's responsibility to make sure that everyone is following the rules and being safe to prevent issues like that. If this is how we kind of see it too. When I was a lifeguard for many years, we had the saying: if anyone's drowning on your watch, you're not a good lifeguard. Even if you save them, you're not a good lifeguard, because you need to make sure that you have the preventative ability to make sure that shit doesn't happen. It's a lot of making sure that, or preventative stuff, that you're making sure that none of this could even potentially be a thing. If you see little kids, right, that are horsing around, you would stop that immediately. If you see guys that are swimming that try to go into the deep end, you're going to let them know, hey, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and move on to the other side. You as a lifeguard, we would have the ability to designate who is allowed to go into the deep end or not. And if if you were a younger swimmer and you tried going out there onto the deep end of the pool where it's like, well over 13 feet deep, there is a very high likelihood that someone who's not a strong swimmer will get tired, doesn't have the endurance, will get tired, tiring themselves out in the middle of the lap, and then end up drowning in the middle of the pool. Our job is to prevent that. If you are having consistent issues where swimmers and patrons are getting hurt, they are having issues, then you're not doing a good job as a lifeguard. And the same thing can be applied to a ref. You need to make sure that you do everything in your power to prevent any and all future potential issues from becoming a problem. All right? I don't care if you think the ref is a hard ass for, saying, hey, you have to keep your goggles on. Or if you take your goggles off or you catch you taking your goggles off, you're off the field. That's fair. His livelihood is also at stake at that point. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something you mess around with, man. That's not something you mess around with. So I don't think they're hard asses at all. I think if anything, they're doing a good job, and I encourage them to continue doing so. I came across the cringiest video title the other day, but forgot exactly what it said. Something like playing airsoft until I cause an injury. Oh, well, okay, that's what he was referring to, or something like that sort of. And I wanted to go comment. Oh man, maybe give him the benefit of the doubt, but that sounds terrible, man. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, why the fuck would he have a title like that in an airsoft video? Like airsoft isn't already like we need that shit, you know what I mean? Like, we do not need more of that shit in our hobby, bro. Like, we don't need any of that. Just finished and posted the filthiest airsoft gameplay edits, has me motivated. Hell yeah, dog. Answer that one as well. Isaias, are you coming out for Shadowlands in September? Been trying to talk you into it for a year now. Crazy J, it's not a matter of whether I want to or not want to. It's a matter of whether I can or can't. And more often than not, I cannot really travel far when it comes to airsofting. I can't. I genuinely cannot, because of the amount of time. I have so many responsibilities at GI. I cannot go that long unless it's like a legitimate emergency. You know what I mean? Like, family's dying, or hey, during my wedding. Obviously, during my wedding, that's different, right? Like, how often are you gonna get married in life, right? Obviously, could happen more than once for sure. Nothing wrong with that. But like, you know what I mean? It's a special event, right? It's a very special, once in a lifetime, generally, event that of course I'm going to be taking time off for, but generally speaking, I do not have a lot of time to take off for anything. You know what I mean? Like, obviously I will if I need to. Obviously family comes first, but like, for traveling, bro, that's a lot of time, man. That's a lot of time. It's down as well. It's down as well. It's down as well. The amount of terrified laughs I get when I run my minigun. So many BBs. I feel that. Took a friend's kid airsofting and let them use my gear, and most shots missed the gear during games. They got many welts throughout the day. They had a lot of fun, though. Yeah, if they still had a lot of fun, absolutely. That's what it's all about, man. I have looked and looked. I'm going to buy an MGC4 Mark III 12 inch just for the handguard. For the build I want to do. What's going up? Airsoft Charleston is the field I go to with a bunch of vegetation. 8.5 acres of playable, a playable area, and is the best field in the South Carolina area. That one shortstop. That sounds fantastic. That sounds really fucking cool. You definitely got a lot of room to move around with, for sure. I've only been choked. What the frick? I don't know why I read that. I've only been choked once at Tac City. What are they doing at Tac City? Do they allow melee now? What's going on there? Okay, I've only been checked once at Tag. They shot right at my neck. Though I understand why. I shot my hand, so I flinched. Okay, that makes sense. Cheapest way to get into an AR M4 GBR. Oh boy. Okay. Honest to God, best recommendation I can say to anyone that wants to get into M4 GBRs: save your money. It's not going to be cheap. There are cheaper options. Now, if you were not really planning on using this for field play, You can do. What is it? Golden Eagle GBBR. I think I spelled that right. Yeah. You can do something like this, right? You can do something like this, right? Gas blowback polymer receiver. This is going to be more or less based off the Western Arms system. You can go for something like this if you wanted to. If you were looking for something fun to plink around with in the backyard, if you wanted something that was going to be good for target shooting, then sure, you can use this. Why not, right? I'm sure maybe somewhere out there you could potentially find some parts, but they're just not readily available. This is not something that I would recommend that you game with. It is not something that I would suggest that you go out to a field and actually try to play against other players with. It's just not going to have the build quality nor the reliability in terms of performance that I would usually suggest to players trying to get into it. The bare minimum that you honestly should be saving for a gas blowback would be bare, and I mean literally bare minimum, would be 350, high 300s, getting into the early 4s. That's what typically your price range is going to look at. Everything else after is going to be awesome, right? But again, it's just going to be a little bit more money, right? Like I would say... GBBR. See if I can find it. There is other options. You don't always necessarily have to go with like the VFCs. You don't have to go with the TM MWSs. Those would be the ones that I would suggest strongly. But there are other alternatives as well. If you really want to. Let me see if I can find it here. I know it's around here somewhere. Give me 1 second to find it. 16A1. Around here somewhere. Okay, you can go with something like this. This is actually a pretty good deal. It's actually a pretty good deal. Right on the money too. You can go with something like a WeTech CKBR Riz Open Bolt. This is a classic, right? This is a very big classic that's been around for some time. These were super fun when they came out. Now obviously, WeTech is definitely going to be one of those. You can use it as is right now, and it should be okay. One of the first thing that usually goes off the WeTechs is going to be the bolt lock. That's like going to be one of the first things. Bolt catch is usually one of the first things that typically goes on them, but it's not like, again, crucial for the operation of the gun itself. So that's just one thing that does fail pretty quickly on WeTechs, from what I notice on their stuff. So just keep that in mind. Parts should still be available for something like this. You can still build these out. They do exist. And again, it's just a regular M4 at the end of the day. For $355, it's normally $395, right at that $400 mark, but discounted $355 is actually a pretty banging deal. I'll leave a link to that as well in the live chat for you to check out if you want to read that all for yourself, right? Redline Tactical Airsoft. That's what I would say. That's like the bare minimum what you should be looking at. Though realistically, I would suggest maybe saving up for an MWS. If you want to go the VFC route, you can definitely do the VFC route as well. I know there's plenty of rabid fanboys out there for the VFC. Understandable why though. Okay, keeps going up. Make sure to miss anything. If it chrono under the limit with 6 minutes, I don't see why. It would really depend on the rating system. If I convert my Red Ryder BB gun to an airsoft gun by switching the barrel and adding a hop up, can I bring it to a field? Zane Lilly, as long as you are only shooting 6mm plastic BBs and it shoots within the FPS or Joule requirements or limitations, you can bring whatever you want to a field. It doesn't matter. You can bring literally what people bring homemade shit all the time. That why I don't like walking. It's because I'm all tuckered out from being tactical. Guys, my tummy hurts. I've been too tactical all day today. That's hilarious. Open a field in the storefront. No. What's some good inner barrels for AEG? Thanks. Maple Leaf has been around for a very long time. Unicorn, my personal favorite. Mad Bull still makes some pretty decent ones. Arcturus actually has some really good ones too, if you can find those. Yeah, those Prometheus, that's like a classic as well. That's been around for a very long time as well. All those will work really well. I've tried them all. I've literally tried every single one, and they all work very well. It's just more so as long as you are installing them correctly and you have a good bucking and hop-up nub to go along with it as well. In my opinion, I don't like keymod rails. I know keymod's kind of making a comeback though. There are some people that are kind of going back to the keymod for some reason. Like, it's pretty funny. Okay, scroll down the most recent comments and questions. Guys, we have just a little over an hour. Before we close out today's live stream. Make sure to go ahead and get those orders in for this week's live stream giveaway. Again, it's going down in just 2 days, Thursday. It's not that far away, guys. It's not that far away. You too can be the next big winner of our giveaway, but you got to make sure that you get those orders in now while you can. Promotion on the right-hand side every $50 you spend gets you 2 entries, so do not miss out. Take advantage. Stack your odds of winning. You're not going to regret it. I guarantee it. All right. Do you know if N1 can cut and return like a... I have no idea. You'd have to ask them for sure. You'd have to ask them. You can also ask us. I can ask our tech too if he wants us to do it. I don't know if they do threads is what I mean. We allow melee but only foam and rubber weapons and not hard hits. Yeah, that's a pretty universal thing. I need to take my lightsaber out to the field again. I have a white pool noodle I put on the blade so the color pops and no hurt. Very smart, actually. Very smart method of doing that. Yeah, that's a pretty common rule. That's also pretty obvious too. You wouldn't want to actually... Guys, if they say melee weapons are allowed at a place, that does not give you permission to full send it and whack someone upside the head with a Nerf foam sword. Even if it's a Nerf sword, with enough force, anything can hurt. That included, right? Same thing with melee, with rubber knives. Don't try to stab someone. You can actually still hurt someone. It hurts quite a bit when you have that much like mass. Like I'll point like at one point, like still trying to like you can actually, believe it or not, even with enough force, you actually still can puncture skin. A lot of force, mind you, but it will still freaking hurt. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Swords, hammers, knives, nunchucks. I've seen throwing stars, like foam throwing stars. Sure, I don't. You'd really get the ref's permission, but again, generally speaking, don't fucking chuck anything at another player. You know that isn't a BB. Like it's just not cool. Don't do that. So he's going to make sure. Do you know that it's his webcam recording? Says, you should be able to change the frames. You increase the frame rate. Everyone else seems to be doing okay. What do you think, John? Is that one as well? Well, I guess I'll see you that. I'll see you there. Okay, so he's going to challenge out. Have a good time, man. If I'm not able to go, that one shortstop, have fun for me. Please have fun for me, because I really want to go. I really, really want to go. I still prefer a modded AEG over anything. It makes you enjoy the hobby more, learning what works, etc., and can compete with those HPAs. I think all of it is valid. I think all forms of like airsoft platforms are incredibly valid and have their place. AGs are definitely going to be the most pick up and go and the most convenient for sure. No one's going to be arguing that. And I think even when GBBs do eventually take over and we see that renaissance of gas blowbacks, I still think there will always be a place for AEGs. No doubt about it, right? Especially here stateside. Especially here in the States. But I got to be honest, man, like... As someone who primarily runs AEGs, I love it whenever I can use a gas blowback. I really do mean it. I love it whenever I can reuse my gas blowback. It's just fun, man. Like, it's just super, super fun. The immersion that you get from running a gas blowback is unlike anything ever. Unlike anything else out there, right? It's an experience. It's a literal experience that is incredibly visceral. It's incredibly satisfying, especially when you get the kills with a gas blowback. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so satisfying, right? I just... There's really nothing else out there in Airsoft that can replicate it. You can come close. You can get a little close with like electric blowbacks or like ERGs, any sort of like recoil or kinetic feedback system that's there. Those can definitely be fun, but in my opinion, man, like nothing will ever compete with just how cool it is to get kills with a gas blowback. It's just different, man. It's just literally built different. If I see this it really depend on the jewelry. Okay, yeah, answer that as well. I don't allow a foam finger. Seen someone use a possum stuffy as a melee weapon before. I've seen someone one of our old videos that we hosted with oh my god, with Team Union when they used to compete SpeakyB. We had them for a video where we were playing attack, and and we had a stuffed stuffed animal, freaking xenomorph face hugger. We had one of those that they would throw it, and that would be considered a kill. You know, that was pretty funny. I'd allow that. I'd allow that. Using CO2 on a stock we take M4. Oof. Ooh, Zane Lilly. Yeah, 100% agree. I don't know if I would ever in a million years ever recommend something like that. Here's general rule of thumb, guys. General rule of thumb. Whatever system or whatever propellant a certain system is designed for, that gun if it comes with a certain mag or it was designed for the certain mag, could you change it out for a different style mag, like say a CO2, right? If it's a green gas gun, you could, but it doesn't mean you always should, right? Whatever it was initially intended for, just stick with that. Seriously, just stick with that. There are too many people out there that think they can get away with using a CO2 mag and then immediately crack some shit, you know what I mean, internally. Like, just it's not worth it. It is not worth doing it. Just stick with what you currently got. If you want to upgrade, you know, or I say upgrade loosely, if you want to change the magazine more like it to like a different system, make sure your gun internally can handle it. Maybe look into some upgrades for it at the very least, you know what I mean? There are LARP groups for that. Look up the gear in your area and whack each other with foam as hard as you want there. Yeah, there are. I have seen LARP groups and LARP sessions going on, like literally at like local parks too. I've seen it. It's pretty funny, where they literally they'll go ham. They go ham with that shit, right? You know what? There's a place for it. Not on the airsoft field. Not on the airsoft field. For sure, not on the airsoft field. That's just ludicrous, man. That's absolutely insane. Okay, scrolling up. Remember, guys, the topic for today was the best place to play. Where has been the best field or best airsoft experience that you've had? What field, what spot, what sort of location? I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say. And remember, now we got less than 30 minutes. We got 29 minutes before we close out tonight's live stream. Take advantage of the promos, guys. I don't know how easy I can make this for you guys. I do not know how easy enough I can make this for you guys. You can increase your odds, really stack them if you really wanted to by placing a $20 or greater order, placing multiple. Take advantage of the promotion. Every $50 you spend gets you 2 entries, right? That's double what you would normally get. Do that. Take advantage of that. Get that airsoft gun you've been looking for. Literally anything off the website. Just make sure you get it in before the end of the stream. Again, if you want to have the best odds of winning this giveaway. Remember, we're counting an entire week's worth of orders. So we're counting orders from last Thursday, the 17th, from 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time till this coming Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is the only time frame we are looking at. Nothing else beforehand, nothing else after. The clock's been set. It's all up to you guys now at this point. Any laws of airsoft in Canada? I don't know what it's like playing in Canada. I know for us, whenever we ship stuff to Canada, there's usually a few regulations. The biggest one that we have to meet is that the gun itself, we're only allowed to ship guns that are within the 360 to 460, 450 FPS range. I don't know if they made it rule off the top of my head, but I remember that being a very big thing. If it was a gun that shoot too low, then it would not be allowed. And it actually even has to say it on the box too. Whenever we ship it, it literally has to say what the FPS is immediately. So there's that too. It's just a different country, you know, just different regulations, different requirements, different laws. Battle axe, yeah, that's right. Our old GI Bob with his battle axe. In a LARP group, seen someone use a positive as well. Airsofting a full set of armor, you will definitely hear the hits. Yeah, I can just yeah, you're right, zooming out the ting 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 ting. Like, you'll hear that ringing all day. Oh, it'd be so annoying. And then you get hot under there too. You get all freaking sweaty and hot as shit under there as well. Like, it sounds cool, and it's definitely a vibe. I can't lie. Like, going out in a full suit of armor, it's kind of a vibe, you know what I mean? But I would not recommend it, at least not for the faint of heart. Full body rest, clank, 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 clank. Good luck sneaking around or moving tactically, though. Yeah, you can. Apparently, you can't really like fully get the same range of motion. Obviously, when you're in a full night suit of armor, like, it's just not really possible. And again, you just hear the clanking of the armor pieces, and then also the clatter of the oh my god, what's it called? Of the chainmail as well. Oh, dude, like, you're gonna sweat under that, boy. You're gonna be sweating like crazy. You'll definitely, yeah, no doubt about it. You're gonna be hearing that all freaking day. Full body riot shield, though, they're pretty cool. I've thought about doing, or at least building one out. I kind of want to do the Vant shield. You guys know what the Vant shields are, right? These guys, Vant shields. See here, Grand Thumb did a video on it way back in the day, like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, these guys. I've kind of wanted to do something like this, right? Oh yeah, look at that. That's sick. I want to do something like this, right? Like, I want to have a big ass shield like this. But here's the thing: it needs to be heavy, though. It needs to legitimately be heavy. Cause I really hate when people pull out like the riot shields and it's like the super light, like clear plastic ones. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, you know what I mean? At least give yourself with an LMG. It makes sense why it's like, okay, you have a bit of a handicap there, right? It's not for the faint of heart because it's so heavy and it's so cumbersome, right? Like, that makes sense to me, and I think that's more than fair considering you're one of the few players that has the privilege of going full auto on the field. I think there should be you kind of have to min-max it a little bit. You know what I mean? You kind of have to like balance it out and make it fair for everyone. You know. So that makes sense. But Advanced Shield as well is also like really freaking heavy. Right? It's really freaking heavy. So I would expect it to be difficult to and wieldy to carry one around, and also maybe if you have that, you can use a pistol as well. Because it's already pretty damn heavy, so you should be able to use it and then in motion as well. I think that's more than fair. It's but again, it would have to be like a pistol only. That's the way I would see it. But again, I know some people are like, no, it's too heavy, I don't want to use it. Freaking weenies, man. Just go to the gym or something, dude. We have a minimum weight requirement for riot shields. I'm looking for. Hey, Zubinel, my man. That's what's up, baby. That's what's up. I want to see more reps doing that. If you're gonna run a shield, it needs to be heavy. It needs to be heavy. You know, it's got to be fair. It's got to be fair. Division 2 shields, hell yeah. Do it and post the video of it. I would. Oh, dude, that would be sick. That would absolutely be freaking sick. I will have nothing more than that. To be fair, though, I think the riot shield usage has definitely gone down. Like, at least in my local fields, right? I've go to HSP. I'll go to Jungle Island. I've gone to SC as well. I don't see as many people using riot shields anywhere near as often as they used to. I remember back in I'll say anywhere from like 2013 to about 2017. That's where I feel like I saw the most amount of people running riot shields. Like, I remember getting like pretty annoyed at that too. I was like, oh, man, freaking, like, don't get me wrong, they're still there. Trust me, they're still there. People still want them. But with that being said, I will say that the amount of people that I see using them actively on the field has definitely decreased within the last couple of years. And I'm kind of here for it because, again, if you're going to use a riot shield, I just genuinely believe it should be heavy. It should be cumbersome. It should weigh a ton. Because, again, you have a literal shield at that point blocking shots. It should be close to the real thing. You know, otherwise, everyone would be using it. You know? There's always at least one at Battle Labs. Ugh, gross. That shield is my gun. What are you, Captain America? Just freaking punch someone in the face with it if they get too close. But yeah, man, I'm glad that we don't really got to worry about that one too much anymore. At least not anymore. At least, again, I am thinking about making my own. That would be pretty sick to run. That would actually be very, very sick to run. Because as a LMG user, it is nice to know that there is somebody who has a shield that can provide more covering fire, so that way I can be more mobile and provide covering fire as I'm on the move, right? Like, it's a good tactic. It just is a really, really good tactic. Oh, man. I wish on this mystery box, that is the one thing I will say. I wish there were more LMGs on this mystery box here, because there currently isn't, and it makes me kind of sad. But, I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Here's the thing. I actually wanted to... I worked pretty hard with Boss Man on putting together this list of prizes. The thing was, we didn't want to make it too different, right? We didn't want to make it too different, and then we end up, like, getting a bunch of people that, like, nah, the risk of getting something weird is too high. It's like, well, that's the point. That's the point of a mystery box. You get something cool and unique. So we had to try to, like, narrow it down. Like, even though there are some more unique options on here, it's nowhere near as crazy in terms of the randomness, I would say. All these are incredibly usable options on the fields. That's the thing that we've always tried to, and especially with this one, we've tried to make it incredibly catered towards usability. These are all very good, viable options that you can bring on the field. The most crazy thing on here, you know, I mean, customs are freaking sick, but there's still, again, there's just guns at the end of the day, is probably the M3 launcher. But that's probably my favorite prize on here. That's not gonna lie, that's actually one of my favorite prizes on here. I really want this Carl Gustav. Like, IRL. Like, I IRL want this Carl Gustav for myself. I think it's freaking sick. But again, that's just another one of the prizes that you can win on this mystery box that's going live this Friday. Make sure you're there. Don't miss out on the drop for this, because it's automatically getting free shipping as well. You saw Saiga? Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is a Saiga. Absolutely, there's a Saiga. Look, toward the bottom. Right over here, right here, right here, right here. As soon as I can find it. Where the fuck? There we go. Saiga 12 SBS. This bad boy, ain't she purty? Ain't she purty, boy? Look at that. freaking clean. And honestly, I think this is my favorite version of the Saiga because it's so short. Look, it's so cute, so tiny, so compact. It's freaking sick, dude. Right? Especially now, the Saiga hype is like super high right now. I don't know what happened in the last like year and a half, but the Saiga, especially in the indoor scene, just became so freaking popular. Like, so many people want, and it's a cool, you know what, good for the indoor player crowd for wanting to switch out and go for something a little bit different like the Saiga. It's unique for sure enough. It's not just your standard AK, man. It's just unique enough, and there's a lot of hype around it too. Not many places are selling them as well, which is probably why there is less. That's true. Like, we had like the original one, we had the K, we got this one, and we made sure that we were stocked up on Saigas for a while, and it's been paying off pretty well. Kind of tempted to make my own shield. RBG lovers, yeah, man, do it. That'd be pretty sick if you actually could, right? I mean, I guess it depends on how durable you really want it. It's gonna determine how expensive it ultimately will become. But I mean, if you could make your own shield, that would be actually pretty fucking sick, dude. Please no AK, I pray. There aren't too many AKs on here. There actually aren't too many AKs on here. We actually have very, very few. And besides, the AKs that are on here, if we're talking like literal AKs and not just PP19s, there's one. I think that's it. I think there's actually one genuine AK. No, two AKs, but one of them is a custom. The other one is an LCT. It's the AK-12. There aren't a ton of AKs that you can win on here, actually. Your odds are significantly higher for an AR or something else. You know what I mean? So, just saying, it's pretty freaking good. I know I'll leave a link to this as well on the live chat. So, again, you can read this for yourself. There you go. Control-V. Haha, there you go. That's why I went with the normal K. So I like the short. I like the SBS, man. I like the SBS. I think that's probably, if I'm gonna get an a Saiga, I'm getting the SBS. I am for sure getting the SBS. But I didn't make a few that link up or that look like mobile barrier and split into individual shields with lights, etc. But be heavy as fuck, like 40-50 pounds for each panel. Good, my man. RX-78 shield. Ooh, my man, you know what's up. The RX-78-2, the shield that the Gundam uses, that would be fucking baller to have. You kidding me? I would run the shit out of that. I'd rather get something weird than something I have multiple of, though, just saying. That's true. I wish that sentiment was shared amongst other people as well, because the minute they see something, oh, it was sweet, mystery box, they're like, what? There's like 3 AKs and the rest are M4s? No, I don't want it. I don't want an AK. It's like, what the frick? You know what I mean? Let's see here. It's crazy how expensive GBRs, yet they come with polymetal internals. The ET Arms PLUM crazy polymer Gen 2 AR-15 costs same price as the WeTech M4 and has steel internals, just polymer body. I mean, it depends on the brand itself, right? It really depends on the brand itself and also what the gun was initially intended for, right? I mean, you look at the ISO 556, the entire FCU is not just metal, it's full steel, which is very freaking nice and comforting to know, right? At least you'll know that within the fire control unit, the likelihood of you breaking something in there is super freaking low, right? It's always nice to know, but again, not all gas blowbacks are realistically made the same, right? Not all of them are made the same. And just because it's expensive too doesn't mean that it's necessarily infallible as well, right? So make sure you all take a moment to blast your favorite odd song. That's true. I would recommend that tonight, whether you guys are getting a last minute pump in like I am, right? Going to the gym, maybe blast 1 or 2 Aussie beats on there. Just take a moment to recognize that we have lost, such a freaking talent and icon in the scene. You know what I mean? Just a minute. That as well. Making sure I'm not missing anything. I think we are 100% caught up on there. Yeah, we're caught up on there. Okay, guys, we got, where's that? 15 minutes now. 15 minutes left of tonight's live stream. Make sure to take advantage, guys. The promotion is right there. It's literally right there. Every $50 gets you 2 entries into the giveaway itself. Again, I'll leave a link again to the giveaway so you can read the rules for yourselves, so you guys all know what's going on. No one should be wondering how to get entered in the giveaway. We should all know by now. We should all know. Again, it's going to be happening in just 2 days. 2 days, so don't miss out. And remember, We got the new mystery box going live this Friday, so just keep an eye out for that. I would be happy to get 5 items on that list, though. HK MP5 S6, M110, SPR 308 Sniper, and DWS M4A1, M2 Goose stuff, M3 Goose stuff. DJ, yes, that's actually the good list too. I think a lot of people would appreciate getting something like those in their mystery box as well. Those would definitely be like the coolest prizes to get, in my opinion. No AK propaganda in this household. I like AKs, buddy. I like AKs. AKs are cool, man. More people need to start doing more AKs. I'm surprised, RPG Lovers, you don't have an AK, considering that, like, again, you seem like the type of guy that wants to try something a little bit different, but still viable. AKs are a freaking fantastic option, especially if you want to do like Rust 4 kits, dude. Rust 4 kits go hard, dude. Rust 4 kits go very hard. But I like my AK. I've got a massive can for the Mox Suppressor. Hell yeah. And it was free from a giveaway. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's up. Dracos and Saigas are the only AKs that are valid. Happy Ghost Ninja, I don't want to hear that from you, considering you get the Scar L. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Someone that gets the Scar L, I don't know. Their opinion kind of, I don't know. It doesn't mean as much to me. I'm gonna be real. Man. I'm just saying. You could have gotten an M4 and would have done the same thing. It's that one as well. Scrolling down. Yeah, man. For me personally, I don't know what I have noticed that there's like this weird thing. Like the minute you put a few AKs in a mystery box, and it's like, I don't want. Why do people hate AKs? AKs are freaking sick, dude. I genuinely love AKs. I really, really do. There's gonna be a bit of an AK propaganda thing, but I freaking love AKs, dude. My favorite AKs have always been the classic AKM, AK-47, AKMS, RPK. You know what I mean? Like, I love that stuff, man. I freaking like all that stuff is iconic as fuck. You know what I mean? That is the quintessential bad guy gun. You know that you want to put together an OP4 loadout, right? For fairly inexpensive. It's actually very easy to do so. It's incredibly easy to do so. All the bad guys use AKs, man. All the bad guys use AKs in movies. That's just a common rule. But guess what? It still has that little bit of that, like, I don't want to say anonymity, but it has a little bit of this, like, just iconic presence to it, because you'll also see good guys using it as well. You'll see good guys using it on occasion, from time to time, because again, they'll pick up a bad guy's gun, right? Like, and just rock it as is. Like, there are so many examples of AKs just being seen in movies, film, whatever it might be, TV shows, even anime as well, right? Video games. Like, it's just such a good gun, right? That's so cool to look at, and depending on the one you get, feels fucking amazing in the hands, right? And AKs have come a long way as well. Again, it's literally the second most common type of gearbox out there, right? It's not like there's a shortage of parts that exist for it. You can easily find parts for it. They're freaking sweet, dude. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I like my AKs a lot. In fact, I might actually be running an AK next time I go play. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I wanna finally give a field test to my RPK. I think I finally want to go and bust out the RPK, because I got the drum mag for it. I got a drum mag for it. You know what I mean? So I might as well use it. If I can get a kill with an AK, it's viable. It's viable. Arcturus AK-12 is the GOAT. Arcturus makes some dope AKs as well. There are plenty of really, really good AKs that exist out there on the market. I was getting kills at BB Wars with my AK. I forgot you had one. I'm gonna be real. So yes, my operator AK is awesome. I think doing that patch raffle to give it away. Aw, don't give it away. That'd be cool. Okay, well, I mean, it's your prerogative, right? You can give it away if you really want to. But I just love seeing really built out cool AKs too, in addition to like the classic old school wood furniture, you know? Now, if I'm holding an AK, I'm going full Viet Cong. Yes, I will go full Viet Cong with you, RPG lovers. Absolutely. Wow, I just wanted the Fortnite version. Exactly. Happy Ghost Ninja, you are proving my point. You are absolutely proving me correct. Why did you go with the LCT AK-12 over the Arcturus? Well, that's another option I would love to cop. That's what we have like available to us right now. That's building mystery boxes is more complicated than you would think, and that was actually a very good option for us to do. I got an Arcturus AK-12 pre-edition or PE edition. It's sweet and heavy. I love how still, even to this day, that's still like a margin for like how good is this airsoft gun? It's nice and heavy. I get what you're saying. There's good weight to it. It doesn't feel like super like cheap and plasticky or something. But like, it's just funny again, like that. If you talk to like real steel gun guys, right, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I want my gun to be a lot lighter," right? Airsoft guys, "I want my gun to be a lot heavier." It's just fucking one or the other, right? Like, the grass is always greener on the other side. Remember, guys, if you do have any last-minute questions, whether you're looking for product recommendations, my opinions on certain things, or you just want to go and ask me completely random questions entirely, like food takes and stuff, you are more than welcome to do so. Just put the letter Q right in front of your question. It's going to make it a lot easier for me to spot and identify and thereby answer. We got 10 minutes left of the stream. Let's make these last 10 minutes count. Let's sit back, kick back, and relax while we just hang out during this final moments, the home stretch of the live stream itself. But man, I actually had a lot of fun. I'm gonna talk about my last experience. I actually had a lot of fun at HSP this past weekend on Saturday. I had an absolute blast. Man, I keep thinking about playing like how we played on Saturday. And it was so much fun, dude. It was so much fun. I love playing with Brewer. I love playing with RPG. And I love playing with all the guys that I've played with in the past. I just wish that they would come out more. And obviously, if you got personal things going on, by all means, get taken care of. But I will say, I had an absolute blast. It was probably one of the best days I've had in a few weeks. I enjoyed every second of it. Like, sometimes it's just nice to just go out and play. I know it's obviously, that's kind of a given, right? We all like Airsoft. But, like, no, in all seriousness, like, it feels good. Like, I feel like almost like my soul kind of reset. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it felt good, like, for my soul. You know what I mean? To go out, go play with some friends. Obviously, I got a hell of a workout in every time I go out and play because I am moving. I am sweating in the gear. When I took off my plate, my plate carrier, dude, my whole, because I was rocking I was kind of rocking an old school Delta kit, right? With my kind of pseudo gothic serpent kit. I was rocking that, and I'm telling you, man, the minute that I took off the plate carrier, that shit, like all underneath my entire shirt was drenched in sweat. Like, I immediately took it off and I could feel the breeze. I was shivering for how much sweat there was built up underneath. Dude, it was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. But I love doing that. I love being able to get the workout in, hanging out with the friends, right? Shooting some cool ass guns, looking cool. The one thing I will say though, Brewer, we kind of missed out on this one. We didn't take any kit picks. We did not take any kit picks, man. We needed to take a few picks. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we should just start taking picks before we go out and play. We should take some picks before we go out and play, just in case we're like too tired at the end. Because I remember too, I was like, we were taking off, I hadn't taken off my gear yet, and you were just taking off your plate carrier as soon as we got back from the last game, and you were like, oh, that's it, I'm going home. Like, I can't wait to, like, wait, we kit picks, and you're like, I don't want to wear this stuff anymore. I was like, damn it, all right. I would have loved to have taken some. Hopefully next time we can. Hopefully next time we can actually take some kit picks, which is, I think, another cool thing that you can do after. Let's be real, I love taking the squad picks with the team, man. That's kind of, that's kind of one of the highlights of the day, is when you, at the end of the day, you're like, all right, I'm done. Now time for some cool pictures for post on the gram. You know what I mean? We should have taken pics of the mother hen. What do you mean of me, mother hen? What the fuck? It's my 25th wedding anniversary. Hey, happy anniversary, dude. Cutter, that's freaking sick, man. Dude, happy anniversary. 25 years. That's sick, dude. That's absolutely insane. Dude, congratulations, dude. Kid pics sounds a little wrong. What are you thinking of? Happy anniversary. What are you thinking of? Forgive me for being selfish, brother. Happy 25th birthday to you and the missus. Too many more. Dude, you are not being selfish at all, man. You are not being selfish at all. Dude, everyone should be wishing Cutter right now happy anniversary, man. That's freaking sick, dude. Let's go, baby. That's freaking awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. No, that's freaking cool, man. Again, I just love when people are, okay, this gonna sound weird. I love when people are happy and when they're like in love and everything and they're still like married together. It's just cool, man. It's just freaking sick, okay? That's goals. That's goals for me and Jazz. Jazz and I have been together for a very, very long time, right? We have literally been together since 2013. Maybe since 2013. We've been together for, it's going to be 12 years come November. Come November, that's going to be 12 years together, right? Well, actually, it's funny. We're getting married next year, so it'll be 12 years dating, and then we'll have just gotten married by like, I want to hopefully say fall next year we'll get married, but literally around our anniversary would be pretty funny. That's when we're gonna have the honeymoon as well. I'm actually very much looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to that. Found the wedding organizer too and everything, the wedding planner. It's shaping up to be pretty good. It's gonna be shaping up to be pretty damn good. I'm very much excited for our wedding there. And that's 25. Yeah, 25 years. That's nuts, dude. That's absolutely sick. Damn, Unk. You know what? Happy Ghost Ninja. You know what? You know what? I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that. You know what? At least he found love. You know what? How about that, huh? I wanted a picture of my kid. I don't know what I look like. You looked cool. I didn't know this was a thing, guys. But here's a recommendation for color combinations. I would strongly suggest, if you haven't tried it already, look into gray. Okay, this is gonna be a weird color combo. Sounds weird. Gray, like if you can do like a wolf gray, and then combine it with ranger green. Maybe obvious to some people, not to me. I would have never thought to put like the gray and the ranger green together. I don't know why. I always think that, okay, gray looks best with just gray, just full on gray. And ranger green, you can mix that with a few other colors as well, or just its own, and it'll look fine. But gray and ranger green kind of goes hard. I'm not gonna lie. It looked pretty freaking sweet. It was indeed a vibe. Yes, it was indeed a vibe. RPG Lovers, absolutely, it was indeed a vibe. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Like, I should have taken pictures of you just because, you know what I mean? Just kind of like Boaz, how he takes candid photos of you. Like, I should have done the same thing for you, but just in full kit. Did it look cool, RPG? I wouldn't know. It looks sick, dude. I thought it looked really cool. It's inspired me now to want to go and do it, because I have Ranger Green. I have Ranger Green bottoms. I do have a Ranger Green plate carrier, but I kind of want to get another one. And I now want to get a full set of gray tops and bottoms. Here's why. I mentioned it to RPG Lovers and Brewer. If you guys remember the Starship Troopers movie, I have the actual set. I have the armor set that I bought like 3 years ago, and I still have it. Right, it's freaking cool. But I definitely want to get some like gray tops and bottoms. Or at the very least, a gray, like, you know, gray bottoms, so that way I can pair it up with the black t-shirt and get the helmet, so I have a full Starship Troopers loadout. I think it would actually be pretty fucking cool. But now it's even double motivation for me to get gray tops and bottoms, because, like, damn, that Ranger Green and gray combo is just, it was stuck in my head. Like, I was like, damn, that looks fucking cool. It actually looks pretty freaking sick. I'm sure Jez wouldn't mind you taking a small piece of that and getting something new for the collection. Honey, we have to start saving again. Yeah, I bought my entire wish list. That's funny. Ranger Green with M81. Yes, now that's a vibe too. That is indeed a vibe. Absolutely. Desert Night Camo and Khaki Coyote. Thoughts on tape? Yeah, dude. Desert Night Camo is fucking hot. Desert Night Camo is hot, dude. Odie Green plate carrier is good with the grave to use. Gray always. You can find a mirror. Yeah, just look in the mirror next time. Yeah, I promise you look cool. Gray and green sounds like a mad vibe, like a nuclear PMC or something. Oh, interessante. Yeah, no, I was throwing it back old school, right? I was rocking the tricolor desert. I had the black body armor, the slick style body armor, which is accurate to the movie, but it's not accurate to the actual kit that they use. They're using the Faust plate carrier, which is like a super ahead of its time plate carrier that was super limited in production. But you can still find repros out there. But I was rocking the slick body armor. I do actually had the oh my god, what was the name of the actual chest rig that they did indeed use? I had that chest rig rocking with it, full black as well. I didn't bring the helmet. I'm working on the helmet. I actually just literally yesterday, I got in my my Anvis night vision mount. I'm gonna be mounting that to the ProTech helmet that I bought. It's not the time period correct ProTech helmet. It's close, but it doesn't have the white liner inside. But I'm really trying to go all in on this. And I also have my I was actually able to find really like a near perfect identical match. It was supposed to be a replica of the the X500 goggles that they used. Oh, dude, my kit, it's coming together. It's coming together. The only thing I need to do now is after that is I gotta find a way to because my sewing machine sucks. I gotta find a tailor or someone that can actually do modification. I want to do the raid mod to my to a lot, basically onto a lot of the like the old school BDU tops that I have. I want to raid mod all of them, literally all of them. That'd be fucking sweet, because that definitely would be also correct as well for what they were using. Or a drug rug militia. I have a mirror, but I didn't try it on before. Oof. Just have Seabass take a picture of you. Dude, it actually looked pretty clean. Or better yet, have Seabass wear your kit. Have Seabass wear your kit, and that way you can see what it looks like. Oh, that would be a good idea, too. That would actually be a pretty good idea as well. All right, guys, it is now 9:30. That's going to be it for today's live stream. Again, hopefully you guys were smart and took advantage of the promotions that were going on. Again, that's the best way to maximize your potential of winning. Guys, we got ourselves another giveaway planned for this Thursday. Do not miss out. Not if you want to be the next big winner of the live stream giveaway where you can win your dream airsoft gun. Do not miss out. Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in for tonight's live stream. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on this stream. Continue sharing this around, because why not? And again, if you want to continue supporting the channel, the most direct way to do so is to get your orders through airsofti.com, whether it be for BBs, batteries, chargers, green gas, new airsoft guns, whatever it might be. Just make sure to get it at GI. That'll help keep the lights on, the cameras rolling, and these giveaways going. I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful night. Take it easy. Stay safe out there. Have a good one.